So, hey guys, been talking about Labrynth a lot, and finally, in my head, this makes sense at least. I have the counterplay. So, first things first is dinosaurs have a lot of tools that make them pretty interesting to use against, well, Labrynth specifically. So, first, I was looking at Drac Meteor with the effect to destroy all cards on the field, simply because this would clear back row, but the summon conditions for Drac Meteor are unironically too obnoxious or too hard to do, so just kind of give up on that. Aside from that, we're mostly looking at like if we can maybe stop your opponent from being able to play the game, I guess. Well, not play the game, just like backrow removal, I guess. So Vertex, weightless, once per turn when your opponent activates a spell trap card, you can destroy one dinosaur, negate. So this it probably is not good enough. Discard this, bonding. Nope. So there is nothing like good in like, well, for like backrow removal inherently in dinosaurs, there isn't anything. And that's a little problematic, but the engine is compact enough that you can actually run backrow removal, so not a super big deal. And Drac Meteor, assuming like, let's just pretend everyone's playing this list, right? Then D-Barrier, Declare, Synchro is a thing that could be done, which is not like great for us. So needs more time to cook, you know. But aside from that, this engine or this like archetype deck type whatever is not bad at all. So we took our own, which is nice too. And FTKing, worth consideration. And OV Raptor is finally back to 3. I don't know why I was at 2, but whatever. So let's put in a few copies of these guys. I don't think we need Pank. Pank doesn't trade favorably enough. This is worse than Raigeki or Duster, like, objectively. Because you can't attack anything. Yeah. So then let's go ahead and add in the engine. So we have like Baby Sarah, and which of course, like if your opponent tries to trigger a virus, it will pop all of your copies of Baby Sarah in hand, which allows you to plus pretty hard. So that should work in your favor, And then there's also Petit Ranodon, which you run like 1 or 2 copies of, I believe. Not 100% sure. But like 1 copy of Pank is not the worst thing in the world, I guess. So something like that, maybe. Maybe we take it out. It doesn't really matter, actually, if we play Pank or not. I don't think we need a target for Petit Ranodon like this. But let's see. Then we have True King Lithosegum, and then from like how do you spell this? Litho True King. What? Oh wait, it's not a dinosaur, that's what it is. Oh. Silly me. So True King Lithosegum, spelled like that. Ah. It was I. Labrynth is really affecting me, guys. But anyway, the main thing is that we have Miscellaneousaurus, which only during the main phase, though, I guess. It makes your dinosaur monsters unaffected by your opponent's activated effects, so stuff like skill drain and whatnot will still affect you, which is, like, alright. But they won't be able to compulse you or destroy your monsters on the field if they attempt. Well, they can't affect them at all. They're basically towers during the main phase, so during the battle phase, they'll be affected again. So ideally, we would want like some way to affect our opponent. like in terms of like, well, getting rid of their back row in some way, shape, or form. And it is nice that dinosaurs as well happen to be able to play a pretty diverse extra deck. So we put in like the we put in like the scrap stuff. So we'll just do fridge because fridge, and then like Chimera, I guess, whatever. So there we have Chimera, and then where is Wyvern? Oh, there it is. So then we have Scrap Wyvern, so we do some Link summoning, Link Rebo, whatever. And then we have like, well, I don't know. Probably access code is not bad. What is this? This is Earth. Yeah, access code, not bad. We have Apollosa, and that'll deal with like monsters, of course. I think, is access code good enough? Actually, if our opponent turns chain to on, they can remove access code like way too easily. That's actually really annoying. There's like nothing we can just summon that does the job for us, you know? Dealing with the back row. And this issue is a little bit exemplified by Lovely Labrynth making it so you can't respond. So even if I had like, let's say Herald, like legit just Herald, I can't respond with like Herald of Perfection. Like, that's crazy, isn't it? Even if I have like 20 cards in hand to like discard as cost or whatever for Herald's negate, I can't negate a single spell trap. So negates aren't exactly the play, but if I do removal, if it's not a trigger that activates like immediately, pretty much like Drac Meteor, then I might not be able to remove their like stuff, right? And I don't have Misk protection because it won't be like it won't be a dinosaur that well, it won't be a dinosaur extra deck monster because there are none that can do like the removal you would want to do, which sucks. But I guess you can run actual just backrow removal, which helps a little bit. It is like somewhat an issue though. I think we need Penistag as well. Okay. And then from here, let's see, what else is there? Warlord Savage. I don't know if we can even make Baron, but just put in Baron anyways, just for the sake of it. I don't remember how you're supposed to make Baron, honestly. I don't think I can in this list, so we'll just remove Baron for now. And then there's like... well... Is this right for the engine? No, we forgot Lost World. Okay. And Lost World, of course, stops your opponent from doing any targeting on you, which is pretty beneficial. So, that'll help a little bit, I guess. Miscellaneous Source being like the most clutch card, but at the same time, I don't think I know exactly how we can get like the payoff for this. Because there should be some kind of payoff. So, troublesome. Well, either way, I forgot to put in certain cards, so we have Anima Adorned. So Anima Adorned Archosaur, I think it's like 2 copies of this. And then Evolution Pill. We want to play 2 copies of this, I believe. Double Evolution Pill, 2 copies. And at what point do you just say, fuck it, we bish? This could be me. Red Reboot into Bish Bulking combo. Doesn't sound entirely bad, you know? Well, this might be, like, interruptible enough, though. I don't know. Well, for now, let's put in some more stuff as we keep going. Thinking, I guess. So, Dugaris. Dugaris is able to help you get lethal more easily. So, worth considering, but not, like, mandatory. I guess. But Guska might be better. But maybe not for, like, this. But Guska is actually stronger than Skill Drain as well against Labrynth. So first off, Labrynth will not play any like link monsters that are relevant. So that's nice. And then Baguska, even if you like tribute a monster, that effect will still be negated, unlike with Skill Drain. So that's kind of nasty. I don't know why, but that's how Baguska works. Cool, I guess. And then let's see. So if we run like around this much engine, we have a lot of room, like 12 cards right now with how things are. But actually, of course, we want like Fossil Dig, which I forgot to put in. So Fossil Dig, and then we have, well, I can change and adjust the ratios, honestly. But let's see, Fossil Dig, then what are we doing? I'm a lost boy. Alright, so then we can do evenly matched, like this. Gamma, I guess, is fine as well. Gamma. And we want Called by Ash Blossom as well, because we are a combo deck as well. And then I guess I'll adjust the ratios a bit more in a bit. Red reboot, I guess. But actually we might not want evenly matched because we might want our battle phase as well. They do activate monster effects a good amount, so Apollosa might be just enough. Anyways, so I guess we can keep evenly matched, and then let's throw in like Landing Storm, and then like maybe Duster or something. We can cut out the Goran. The Goran has like funny like tech reasons why you might play it, but it's probably unnecessary. What other targets do you have for Scrap Wyvern? Let's see. Destroy, special, summon a scrap monster from your deck, then destroy one card on the field. Is there a scrap monster we would like? Scrap Breaker. Okay, so this is just a 6 with no effect. I think we just want to do Fridge so we have link material. There's probably a better scrap line, I don't know. But I won't think too hard on this right now. I don't think we can really lower the amount of scrap raptors we're playing though. And then I also forgot about one of the cards you generally want to play for the combo anyways. It is, let's see. Well, first off, let's do Diagram. I believe Diagram just checks out and works like alright. But then next we want to put in, what was it called again? It's like some kind of Rex card, I believe, right? Yeah, Giant Rex. That's the one. So that works really well with Double Evolution Pill, I believe. So that's good, I guess. And then we have this, and then do we have to kind of reduce our cards down a bit? The one that's least useful against Labrynth in particular are these four. And then if we remove them, we can save space, I guess, by also removing the field spell I just added. Makes it feel kind of pointless to have added it, but consistency. And Lightning Storm. How many copies of Lightning Storm do we really want to play? I don't know. Do we even want Lightning Storm? Maybe, maybe not. Hard to say. Definitely want Red Reboot though. If it resolves, you should have probably won the game off that. But noticeably, I don't think there's a super good way to do backrow removal, but if we get hit by Dimensional Barrier, we're like not in the worst situation. So what we mostly want to look at is Synchro here. So what Synchros do we have that we can try utilize, I guess? So we don't have any water monsters, right? Game, I guess, but no water monsters. So we can't make the Adamancipator 8. If we do XL Synchro Stardust Dragon, that doesn't work because we don't have the right level for tuners unless we use Gamma. So let's see. That doesn't quite work the way I want to. But this does make it so that synchro monsters you control are unaffected by your opponent's activated effects, which is actually a pretty good effect, but it's probably not gonna work the way like you might want it to, unfortunately. This is only during your own turn, and you need to play Floor Synchron, so that's not going to cut it. Void Ogre requires you to have no cards in hand. Unlikely. So, pretty rough. Not completely sure what we can run. We're mostly looking at 8s though, for sure. The best candidate I've seen so far is XL Synchro Stardust Dragon. The specific line for this would be to activate Gamma on your own turn, and then Gamma would, I guess, be summoned back with XL Synchro Stardust Dragon, and then we make Baron to floor. Potentially we use XL Synchro Stardust Dragon's effect, but it tributes this, right? For cost, yeah. But that means it shouldn't be targetable. Maybe okay. Not sure about this. So, well, we'll come back to that. But then the next thing we want to be doing is we want Evilsaur, I believe, is what we're looking for. The 2 Evilsaur XYZ monsters that we definitely want to run. So we have Logia and then Dolka. So Logia is not super insane. It is only 1 negate, unfortunately, but it is still a good negate. Being able to negate a spell trap card, that is not bad. And we will be able to get the ability to negate spell trap cards back when we flip down Lovely Labrynth, which is something we can totally do with UCT. So that's also a thing that's like worth consideration. But like the big thing that I'm still worried about is how we remove the back row. So maybe we can just do topological, or not topological, well actually yeah, topological. One of the topological monsters. So either like a Trisbana or Zeroboros. Trisbana is easier to make, and it's not as good as Zeroboros in general, since Zeroboros also can banish like monsters technically, but this will include your own. This only banishes spell traps, which is probably okay. So Trisbana, I guess, not the worst option. Being able to like Trisbana banish all the back row, maybe. Only issue is that your opponent still retains their back row and can save it for like Trisbana. And Trisbana doesn't trigger immediately on its like special summon, so yeah, that's awkward. But actually, this helps a bit. Spray Elf. This, I don't remember exactly why you play it, but not being targetable helps out a good bit as well, so might as well Elf. I don't think we need Sprint. Let me think. Yeah, actually, if we play Spray Elf, we can access code then. Yeah, not bad. This works out. So I guess that's the game plan. And then we don't actually need Trisbana anymore. Okay, that's good. Actually though, Trisbana, if we have room, we should probably fit in Trisbana on second thought. Because if our opponent tries to do some funny business, right? Or you actually can't kill, Trisbana is the better option in comparison to like an access code talker. So no choice but to actually go ahead and put Trisbana in the list. I don't remember exactly what I'm missing in the extra deck though, but I believe Lambda is good here, I think. And maybe we want to put in Omega, but does not like matter a whole lot, I don't think. This looks like mostly correct, I guess, which is for sure saying something. This is level 10. I have 8. No, 4. Okay. Nothing super hype here, but whatever. So, in terms of hand traps, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that does not feel like enough, but in terms of hand traps, there's nothing super good that we can run. So that's pretty unfortunate, actually. Is there something else we can put in? I guess like Duster. But like Duster's not even good generically. So we're kind of stuck with something kind of like this. I don't think we can do much better. The extra deck slots, we can just fit in whatever though. Not completely sure what you were supposed to put in, but I guess flex slots are flex slots. So this is a perfectly playable hand. The Fossil Dig, double Ash Blossom, Scrap Raptor, that goes pretty hard. Red Reboot, Lost World, Fossil Dig, Baby Sarah. Yeah. So the engine is pretty alright. So you would like normal summon Soul Eating Oviraptor after you activate Fossil Dig, probably. Like Fossil Dig, and then if your opponent responds, funny stuff. And then you would activate Miscellaneousaurus probably as well. See if your opponent responds to that, maybe? Can we bait out Gamma with anything? I guess we can pop UCT in hand if we really want to hard commit to baiting out like Maxi so we can negate it with Gamma. So that's actually not bad. Misk and Baby. Yeah, this works pretty well. Okay. So the Gamma really does bring the deck together. And of course Gamma is better than like Ash Blossom Joy Spring when we're negating monsters, but with Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, this does have impact on Labrynth to an extent, as well as Gamma. Depends on exactly on what happens, I suppose, but in general, useful. Anyways, aside from that, we have Red Reboot and Evenly Matched. Feels kind of bad seeing these cards here, because in general, I want, like, this to work against, like, whatever deck I happen to be facing. Let's see, Misk also is fire, so we can't get Bestialed too hard, right? Yeah, there's nothing important that can be Bejeweled in our deck. So that's just something I didn't consider yet, but also helps, I guess, right? Some Labrynth players, for some reason, are playing Bestial in their deck. I can't really tell you why, it just sounds dumb to me, personally, but whatever. They can do what they want, I suppose. And then, what do we want in our flex slots here? Well, Omega is not like the worst. Trade off a card in your opponent's hand. Return some material. I guess we can return Misk. And that'll allow us to like summon Oviraptor again. Yeah, that's not bad actually. And then like Soul Eating Oviraptor can special summon any dinosaur monster from your graveyard. Which we don't really have one in the extra deck, but does this work? Must first be special summoned from your hand? Yeah, I mean, I guess it can come up, so it's not like a big deal. And then we're probably just going to want... Huh. I don't know, actually. We have XYZ options, we have link options. So, D-Barrier doesn't affect us too super hard, I guess. Not having a water monster kinda sucks ass, though. Kinda wish we did. Oh well, I guess. We can also make level 9 synchros, I guess. So let's take a look at those. This one we can't really make. We can make Crocodragon. Shen. Oh, Shen will have the ability to come back, but it doesn't do a whole lot. Wolfrayat. What does this do? If this card's attack is 4,000. Wait, gains 300, attack each time another monster's effect is activated, and then shuffle both this card and all monsters your opponent controls into the deck. Yeah, I don't think that's good enough. Navy Dragon Mech. Well, let's try maybe a Donner. Maybe? Uh-huh. Yeah, I don't think Donner works, honestly, too well. Not more so than like a Nightmare Cerberus or Nightmare Phoenix or Unicorn or whatever. I think the play that I was supposed to do was put in like IP Masquerena, actually, instead of some of these guys. But they're in general okay, so I don't have like that big of an issue with it. But yeah, let's go IP actually instead. What can we IP for? Oh, we can IP and then make Sprite Elf to bring back IP, maybe? Or yeah, I'm not completely sure how this is supposed to go. But actually, yeah, we can just bring back IP and use it as extra link material if we Lost World. Didn't even consider that yet. Yeah, this should work fine, I guess, right? Against, like, Labrynth. Like, a good amount of these cards because, like, we have Misk. That allows us to play the game more, but the issue really is, like, with the back row removal, how we can remove the back row here. Aside from just hard playing, like, Lightning Storms and stuff, of course, to an extent you don't want to play Lightning Storm because Call Spell is really bad for you, but we do want, like, our Fossil Digs to resolve as well. So having to play Fossil Dig is also a feels bad, man. You know? Lost World, Miscellaneous Sorrow. Yeah, this hand actually goes pretty hard. Double Evenly, Giant Rex, Baby Sarah. This hand does not do it. Yep. This hand goes pretty hard. Alright. So, in general, this deck is pretty damn consistent, and it makes pretty strong boards. And you should be able to find that you can respond after a certain point to spell and traps by using Ultimate Conductor Tyranno to flip down like Lovely Labrynth and also like the other Labrynth card. Don't remember the name, but whatever the case. You do have like a better matchup, like if we're looking at just the engine of the deck, than a lot of random combo decks. Like not all, but for example, like against Tearlament has a lot of gas that they have, right? But you can of course. Oh wait, I forgot to put in Zeus. That's what I forgot. Oh, that makes a whole lot of sense now. We don't need IP, just put in Zeus. Bam, Zeus. And that actually will probably help a good amount. Not enough because we don't have 2 activations, which is unfortunate, I guess. But focusing up again. Like if you were playing Tearlament, like D-Barrier, declare Fusion, and you're cooked. If you're playing like Adamancipator, D-Barrier, declare Synchro, you're cooked. Doesn't matter that you have like a Spell Trap negate in Archetype or like all those Omni negates either, because Lovely Labrynth exists, so you probably can't respond to those traps anyways, which is pretty awful and pretty hard to deal with. So ideally you want to be running something like Red Reboot or Evenly Match, like some kind of backrow removal, ideally. These ones are just in hopes that no EEV calls trap, mostly. But Red Reboot doesn't really care about that. If I have Red Reboot in hand and you don't have a counter trap, I should just win on the spot. So pretty strong in that regard. And draw power might be worth considering. So actually, how much of my extra deck do I need? I don't know. So let's just consider Prosperity for a second. This does make it so you can't draw cards and your opponent takes half damage. But that's why you run Dugar's, I believe. But then there's a risk of D-Berry. Yeah, that doesn't end up being the best in that regard, I guess. Tank can still out like Floodgate, so that's worth considering. But I don't necessarily know exactly what kind of back row removal we want to run. Like we could run Lightning Storm here, evenly matched. Twin Twisters even. All of those are like somewhat worth consideration. Because if our opponent activates like EEV, then we might want to not have evenly matched and just like Twin Twisters pop like their back row, whatever back row they have before they activate it. But if they do a lingering Floodgate, it always sucks, but it's somewhat playable here because we have Misk, which makes it hard to, well, harder to out Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. And in general, we should be able to find ways to win or get into advantage, is what I'm thinking here. This doesn't send from field, right? Anima. Destroy 1 dinosaur monsters in your hand or via a subfield except for itself. Yeah. And then this. Yeah, that doesn't really work, unfortunately. Oh, this works though. Alright. So maybe the ratios and stuff could use some tweaking, I guess. But in general, this list, or just dinos in general. Can this add itself? Oh, non-tuner. Might have to change the ratios around a bit and go like 45. And that helps with like certain things, but we'll lose consistency in the fact that it's harder to draw Red Reboot and evenly match by a little bit. It's just a few percent. But It increases consistency in other ways if we were to, like, for example, put in another Chimera. So a bit awkward there, I guess. But I have faith that Dino is pretty playable right now, actually. And it should work pretty well, actually. Yeah. Simply because Miscellaneousaurus is such a, in general, good card, I think you can probably make Dino work against, like, Labrynth and the other stuff being played right now, I guess. But this would not be good against Kishtira when it comes out, so I guess play Dino while you still can. I guess you can change it to, like, more hand trap heavy. Maybe. And that might help against, like, Kishtira. Because, like, Dinosaur does not play well under, like, a macro or, like, shifter. But those are, like, somewhat falling out of favor right now. Even though, I'll tell you what, Labrynth can definitely play shifter. Which gives me more reasons to hate Labrynth, but, you know. Misc effect has to send to the graveyard, but it'll make our monsters unaffected. So that should give us some time to be able to, like, figure out something we can do, perhaps. And that's all you can really hope for sometimes. And of course we have options for Synchro and XYZ. So we'll have plays that we can do. And they shouldn't be able to beat over Apollosa in any situation because of UCT. So, pretty good overall in my opinion. And I guess I'll need to do some testing to see if this is actually, like, good into Labrynth or not. But tell me what you guys think in the comments below, if this will work well against Labrynth or not. But that's all I've got for you guys today, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.